Hi guys, welcome to today's video on what's standing in your way to manifest the change that you desire. So there are 4 groups that you have to select from. For group 1, it is this rose crystal. I don't know what it is, I forget what it is. By spreading love energy, I attract more love. For group 2, Amethyst and the Justice card. Group 3, Petrified Wood and the Hierophant. And for group 4, we have this blue lace agate and the 3 of coins. So go ahead and select your pile using your intuition. The timestamps will be posted in the description and the comments down below. Take a couple minutes. Hi, group 1. Welcome to your reading. You guys will not believe I just lit this this piece of sage and it just went like so much on fire. It was pretty cool actually. And it was right over this Queen of Wands. And it's really making me think because I'm just getting a lot of passion, right? I'm getting passion from your reading on what's standing in your way of manifesting the change you desire. So, you know, we have this rose crystal. I'm not sure what it is, but it's rose. It reminds me of love, right? We have twin flames, soul partner, eternal connection. We have the Queen of Wands, very passionate. Yeah, so I'm getting from your reading that, you know, more love. By spreading loving energy, I attract more love. And I feel like there's a twin flame that's going to be coming into your life. And that's what you need. That's what's sort of standing in your way right now. And like, that's what you need to move forward. But I'm picking up from this reading that there's conflict around you, your acceptance of this love, right? Because I'm getting here with this monk and nun is selfless devotion and single-minded dedication to spirit. So I'm getting like there's a conflict between wanting to be solo on your own, and kind of like in this scarcity. It's like almost like a scarcity of love in your current situation, right? And so it's like in order for you to move forward, even though it seems like there's sort of like this conflict between going it alone or partnering with someone else, like a twin flame for moving forward. But I feel like this is actually what's coming in with this air element card. And the number 4 is this is what you need to move forward. This is what you need to move forward, even though you may be conflicted with this, right? You may have a scarcity mindset with a new connection coming in. Maybe you want to be solo. Maybe you think that you're better off on your own. Maybe you think that if you're more devoted and have like a single, here it says single-minded, it's kind of popping up to me as like staying single, like single-minded. Like I mean it like in your mind you want to be single, right? But what I'm getting with the fire that just ignited, and it was hard to put out. I was sort of shaking and trying to, put out the fire. And with this Queen of Wands and this twin flame, I feel like that's really what needs to come in is this passion, this desire. It's something deeper. It's a really deep connection that's coming in, and for you to be open to this, right? Because a twin flame doesn't necessarily have to be a sexual partner, but it's someone that's just sort of going to ignite you and kind of pull you out of. It's just passion, right? I mean, passion does a lot of things. Like passion drives you. You know, I'm seeing this bright orange. I'm seeing this orange over here with scarcity. And so that's the conflict. It's like, do you go it alone or do you open yourself up to to the potential of this twin flame coming into your life? I really feel like maybe some of you guys are in a place where you're just getting over certain things. Like I'm looking at this 5 of Swords and I'm seeing this woman in the background sort of walking away really upset. And, it's like you made a commitment to stay stick it out on your own, to be single, to move forward like that. But it's like there's this missing passion that's in your life right now. And I feel like that's really what's gonna, turn the fire on, flip the switch, or get you guys going again, right? And by spreading loving energy, I attract more love, right? So it's like the more that you're able to feel deep connections with others, it's like you're going to get excited. You're going to want to make these changes. You're going to be driven to. You're going to be able to create more. And there's so much potential that can come in through this love connection. And I really do think it's love for some of you guys, because I'm just getting a lot of fire. I'm just getting a lot of fire energy. And it's something that isn't going to be easy to put out, right? It's something that's going to... I'm just seeing it as something that's burning. It's almost like a forest fire that keeps burning the tree. It's just like expanding and growing and growing. And the more that you guys interact with each other and work together, the more you're going to be driven to move forward, right? So I'm getting passion with this tiger, passion with this cheetah, and this Queen of Wands. I'm getting fire here. I was getting fire from my sage. And that's how I look at love, right? It's by finding these connections, it just makes things grow. Things multiply, right? It's the opposite of what would be an example of using, like, it's just something that multiplies. It's something that creates. It's something that multiplies. It's something that grows exponentially. And it's, one torch can light another torch and light another torch. It's not something that you use or it diminishes, right? It's not going to diminish you in any way. And I feel like maybe in the past, some of you guys have had a lot of conflict in relationships, or there's maybe for some of you guys, it's just that you just couldn't find these sorts of connections, but they're definitely coming in. And so it'll be unexpected. This may be unexpected. But, take that chance, take that leap of faith, because I think that this is sort of like a key element for you guys to move things along, and move them along very, very fast. And it's going to bring balance to your life, because I'm seeing it as these two like sphinxes right here in the black and the white, and this, I forget what this is called. Is it the Shiva Lingam? I don't know what this is called. It's this thing in India. I forget what it's called. But it's like it's the masculine and the feminine coming together. And when they come together, it's like able to like create something and propel something forward. And so I'm really getting that this is love, and there's something very spiritual about it. And that you guys are really going to help each other out, and motivate each other and drive each other. Or maybe you guys are going to work on something together. But it's something very big. It's something big, and it has the potential to really drive both of you guys forward, and just get you guys more connected and in tune. I'm getting that with the stars up here, the number 7, the number 7, the number 4, and the number 3. So I'm getting like potential to create, to solidify, and it's something spiritual and something deeper with this love and this attraction. It's going to help you attract more of what you want into your life. And so there is no, I feel like some of you guys may have gotten so accustomed to being alone. Like, even look at this monk and the nun, like they're together. They're kind of like twin flames too, right? They're devoted, to a single purpose, like dedicated to the spirit, right? But they're back to back in devotion. This is someone who is going to share a lot of the same things. I mean, you're going to meet them and it's going to instantly click, and it's for you to open yourself up and give it a chance, right? Even though there may be things in the past, like we said, that are leaving you like I don't know if this is what's right for me. And it's sort of like this mindset that that's making you unhappy in a way. Or when I say a mindset that's making you unhappy, I'm just meaning like you've had issues and you've had conflict in the past with partners, right? And so maybe you're not the most open to it. Let's see what this says, air element. Okay, touch. I don't know. So there's the heart chakra, touch, open-hearted, loving, light, compassionate, forgiving. I think whoever this is going to have all these attributes as well. And they're just going to help you move forward. So really that's sort of what's standing in your way, is sort of this conflict around opening yourself up to these really, really deep connections when you do encounter them, because they do have the potential to move you forward. And it's the energy of love is very abundant. It multiplies, it attracts more to you. The passion that's underlying all of it will help you create and move forward, and set you on a path where you're able to just propel yourself forward a lot further, and really create the changes that you are looking for. And it's just gonna feel, I just feel like a very light feeling. And I almost see with this dreamer, this dreamer card, it's like he's in a new environment. It's like going into a new portal. It's reminding me of like the Ace of Coins, with that overhead pass that the person can go under, and it's like an opportunity to change almost like your consciousness in a way, from being one that is more scarce and sort of conflicted in viewing other people and partners, as an indicator of what's happened in the past, to one where it's just a lot more magical and beautiful, and just really ignites you. So that's your reading, group 1. What's standing in your way to manifesting the change you desire is your, I guess, maybe things that have happened in the past with partners, and your decision to stay single. It's sort of keeping you in a scarce mindset, and you're unhappy even though it's perhaps comfortable for you. And it's just the passion needs to be there, the deep connection needs to be there. And so I do hope that you guys welcome in this new passion, because it is more than just, it's just profoundly spiritual, and it will propel you forward. So that is your reading, group 1. I hope you liked it. Please leave a like if you'd like. Leave a comment, subscribe to see more videos. I will see you guys soon. Bye. Hi, group 2. Welcome to your reading. Those of you who picked this Amethyst stone and the Justice card. This is your reading on what is standing in your way to manifest the change you desire. So, first of all, I'm getting the message that you have a lot to be proud of yourself for. We have last quarter moon in Taurus. Be proud of yourself. And I'm just picking up a lot of just Taurus. Like here we have Earth and nurture. We have Venusians. And it's last quarter moon. So I'm also getting like with your reading, it's like for you guys, it's not that there's anything standing in your way necessarily. It's more that you just got to wait until the timing is right? Here I have the Hanged One. And this is about just taking time out. And like to really like get clear of the things that you are very proud of yourself on. Like it's like you have a time out right now, and this is all just about timing. I'm getting that with this Two of Coins is like with the infinity sign. I always take this as God taking time to balance things out. It just keeps, God is like, it's kind of like this infinity thing. It just keeps moving and balancing out and repeating. And then here with this tie, it's like, it's like a timeout. It's being tied. Like things aren't really moving, right? And that's what I'm getting with this Hanged One. And with just be proud of yourself. It's clear that, you're doing a lot of work, or you're on that, whatever it is that you're trying to manifest, right? Whatever change that you're trying to do. It's just like, you got to just wait it out, right? Because it's like this expansion is happening, and it's like this Earth card here where you see it in the ground, you see it, taking root. It's like something's taking root. It's just a matter of time for all the elements to kind of come together for it to start to really grow. And you've obviously done the work to put, it's it's like a farmer, right? Who does all the work that needs to go into preparing the soil, planting, doing everything, and now it's just a matter of waiting. It's waiting on the timing. It's waiting, right? And that's what I'm getting with this Justice card is the scale of like just waiting on the time, right? And then this tie will just be loose and things will start to flow again. So whatever it is that you're manifesting, I feel like it's just about waiting. It's about waiting until, and I'm getting like we're getting a lot of starseed type of energy. Like that's what I'm getting with this. Here we have longing for home, homesick for the stars. We have the Venusians. We have 2 moon cards right here. Emotions are running high, super moon. So there's this relationship with, the moon is about cycles, right? And I feel like this noose that is tied to this movement is tied to the moon cycles, right? So it's like, when is the moon going to be in Taurus, right? Maybe by that period, that's when, and look at this, it's the number 24. I'm getting the number 24. It's like a date with the moon. It's a date with the moon. Because this is something much larger. Like I'm seeing these spaceships now. Like I'm definitely picking up like, this is definitely like a starseed energy that I'm getting, right? Where it has to do with the moon and the cycle and the season and the alignment. And it just takes time. It just takes time for it to happen. And sometimes it moves quickly. Sometimes it moves more slowly. It's just how it is, right? And so with this Taurus energy that I'm getting too is like the moon. Like it has to do with the moon being in Taurus. Like see when, I would advise you guys to check out when the moon is going to be in Taurus. Maybe it's going to be the 24th. Right now, this reading is March 11th. I'm going to look up when is the next moon. When is the moon in Taurus? So it's March 23rd to March 25th. So it's going to spend 2 days in Taurus between those days. And so the 24th, I feel like things are going to start to expand and move forward around the 24th. If you guys are reading this, I mean, of course, I'm doing this reading in this present moment, but it's like things will start to move around then and move forward. There's this expansion. And so right now it's just a matter of just nurturing yourself. That's also what I'm getting. Here we have the earth, we have Taurus. It's about nurturing, taking care of yourself physically. Here with supermoon, the emotions are running high. There's probably just a buildup. There's a buildup that's happening. But I just feel like there's more at play here, and this is just about timing. The moon is about timing. The infinity symbol is about timing. The hanged one is about waiting. Justice takes time. The scales, karmic justice takes time. God takes time. God's justice, spirit's justice, the universe just takes time. And sometimes things are at a standstill. It's like things are tied up. But it's all about cycles and stuff. So for you guys, it's like there's nothing really standing in your way. It's just that you need, I just got something else. There's a time out right now. It's almost like being put on time out for you to take care of yourself, to be proud of yourself, to take time to reflect on, because the last quarter moon is also about like releasing. So, if your emotions are running high, if you feel kind of stuck or whatever emotions that you're feeling, like it's like you're being encouraged to take care of that and to heal, because again, like I said, starseed energy, like I don't know, maybe there's some connections to Venus, and every now and then you have to just sort of like, but you're here on earth. Like this is what I'm getting with this reading, and whatever you're working on is expanding. in due time, right? It's expanding in due time, and you just have to take care of yourself right now. And things will start to ease up and loosen up by the time that you're, the alignment is there, right? It's just more about that. So it's not like what's standing in your way is just taking care of yourself, because maybe you are feeling a little bit off, right? Through this expansion. Um, and through this growth that's taking place. But it's like you've done all the work, you've done everything that needs to take place. Now it's just a matter of waiting and taking care of yourself. So whatever seeds you have planted are maturing, and you will see it a lot more. Um, but it's about like finding the balance within yourself, because here also it's like the number six, and justice is about balance, and then by then the moon will be in the right spot for, and in like a perfect alignment for things to move forward, and then you will no longer be unstuck, you will be feeling good, and things will move forward. It's just a matter of timing, and just getting clear, and removing and releasing whatever emotions or feelings or sort of any sort of disturbance that you may be feeling. It's just going to take some time for it to pass. Yeah, so that's your reading. That's what I'm getting with this. I'm just getting a very lovely feeling. I think that you guys are very lovely people. I'm just getting that deep. I'm getting it from this card. I'm getting it from this card. I just feel like you guys are like a very empathetic group of people. I feel like people come to you a lot. Like how you see, like you're a very fair and balanced person. People come to you a lot. And maybe you've absorbed people's energy and you just need some time out for yourself to take care of yourself, and to be proud of yourself for all the work that you have. And it's you that's growing too. Like you see this woman here in the soil. So it's you that's growing. But, I feel like it's you that's the manifestation of that change, or for some of you guys it's you that's expanding, it's you that's growing, and I feel like that's what you guys are inquiring about. So just take care of yourself, nurture yourself. You guys are very loving, very empathetic. You have a lot of people that probably come to you, but now it's just a time to just release and just get in flow with like the moon cycles. I guess that's another message that's here too. And just pay attention. There's like some stuff happening when the moon is in Taurus. I guess this is whenever you're watching this. Maybe the number 24, the 24th day of the month, if you're watching this right now. Coming up, the moon is in Taurus on the 24th. Okay, so that's your reading, group 2. If you liked it, please leave a like, subscribe to see more videos. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye. Oh, okay. I guess I hit record by accident. Anyway, I guess I'll just start. So, group 3, welcome to your reading. Those of you who picked this Petrified Wood and the Hierophant, this is your reading on what is standing in your way to manifest the change that you desire. So here we have financial discipline in reverse and Vesta in reverse. A new gown, the Hierophant, Uranus in reverse, grounded, all of these things. So what's standing in the way? I feel like with you guys, with this, a new gown and the Hierophant, because when I think about Hierophant, I think of someone who wears a gown, right? And this is a new gown. And with Uranus in reverse too, I'm getting like reinventing yourself, and like putting on a new gown, like a new attire, like a reinvention of yourself. And I'm not talking about like a physical makeover. I'm talking about a makeover of you. And just having that discipline. This is about discipline. So I guess this is about the discipline to, to reinvent yourself and to put in the work and I think it terrifies you when I see this petrified wood. I just thought like petrified, like maybe it terrifies you to reinvent yourself. Maybe it's going down such a different path. Maybe you were such a different person in the past. Like I'm thinking of someone who completely turns their life around and now is wanting to be more disciplined, wants to have rules and structure and things to their life, you know. And this is some like a more of a spiritual transformation as well. Here we have received, may you know you are worthy of the gift. So like you're worthy of, so it's like believing that you're worthy of all the good things that come from reinventing yourself, but in a way that is more authentic and true to who you truly are. You know, here we have the world in reverse and not worrying what other people think. You know, going after what you're passionate about and just having the discipline. I think maybe there's some fears around, there's some fears around money. Maybe you want to, you're wondering if you can go ahead and do what, manifest what it is you are, but you're worried about the financial aspect of it, and if you're going to be able to receive it or make it or something like that. Because I mean, this is Taurus and it has to do with money, it has to do with value, it has to do with worth. So maybe your self-worth isn't really up there, because you are reinventing yourself from the person you were previously. You know, many of the most evolved beings on earth are regular folks living with joy, dignity, and courage. So with this, I'm getting like, I'm getting like a really spiritual feeling. Um, Make a mission statement for your soul. I guess what I'm getting with this is like really, this is just really about self worth and discipline. Because it's like I almost feel like the two are tied together in this reading. Um, you know, if you think you're worth something, you'll do the discipline to achieve it. You know, you'll work on the discipline to achieve it, and it's like a road and it's a path and it's a journey, and you'll set certain standards for yourself of what you're willing to accept for yourself and what you won't, and you'll think that you're worth more. It's like going to a company and saying, you know, they making an offer, like they lowball you, and you standing there and saying like, no, I'm worth more than that. I know that I can get more money. You know, I know that I deserve more money. I know I'm worth more money. I know another person will see my value and offer me more. And so I just feel like with you guys, it's a matter of believing it. It's a matter of believing that your value is much more higher. And this is like part of like the reinvention of yourself, of this new gown. It's like you're near the end, or I feel like a lot of you guys, you've decided to embark on something new, and you've transformed. I'm seeing it with these butterflies and this hummingbird to like this more higher vibrational sort of person that's like evolved past a bunch of like BS or a past of some sort. And so there's always going to be fears of money. Um, but it's like this message is like it's up to you how far you want to take this, you know, how much value, and it's really up to you, like what value you're going to put on yourself, what standards you're going to put on yourself, what you're going to expect of others. Like it's really just about how you believe in yourself and what you think your worth is, and you have to feel worthy of the money that you're desiring. um, and then start to, it's like you have the key, like, you know, that's what I'm getting with this guy's literally holding a key right here. It's like you have the key, to determine what your value is, what your worth is, what your beliefs are about yourself. And then once you do, you know that you're worthy to receive more, and that's financially. And it's not just about receiving more financially. It's like, you know, with this Taurus vibe and the groundedness, it's just about self-worth. It's all connected. Like all of this is connected, you know. you're just reinventing yours. You're trying to reinvent yourself to the world. But it's like what's standing in your way is your, and sometimes it's your ability to receive. Like I'm thinking too of sometimes we give to others and we have a hard time receiving. Like if someone wants to do something nice for you, if someone wants to give you a gift, that's part of reinventing yourself and your beliefs. You have to be open to receiving it. If someone wants to bless you, let them bless you. um you know, like you don't always have to be the one to give more. um Also too, it's like if you're passionate about something and you want to pursue it, like you're worthy of like really tapping into your gifts and being successful and receive, and other people will see your worth, you know, and maybe you can make money out of it, you know, of whatever that is. Like this could mean so many different things, but this has to do with self-worth and you know, being able to receive the things that you desire, but you have to reinvent yourself and your beliefs and all of that sort of stuff in order to really receive these things, you know. Um, I just heard like that saying of like closed mouths don't get fed. If you don't think you're entitled to something, you're not going to go after it. If you don't think you're worthy of something, you're not going to go after it. But I feel like, you know, your past has a big role to do with this. Maybe you didn't have money in the past. Maybe you blew your money in the past. Maybe you didn't value your money in the past. Maybe you blew it on. Maybe you came from a difficult background. Um, and and now you want to live with dignity. You want to live with courage. You want to live with value, with self-esteem and self-respect, and you want to carry yourself a certain way in the world. And it's sort of like demanding respect, and like it's kind of like that's how you get it. So what I'm seeing as standing in your way is, like I said, like making that decision that you are worthy of these things, that you are deserving. And I feel like with some of you guys, this is just going to take some time to really ground itself, you know, um, and take root, because it's like there's lessons with this world in reverse, you know. I'm getting Saturn, and it just takes time. And because it's like you're to really solidify, right? It takes time. Okay, let me say what I'm saying. Like, it just takes time. Like, this is a path, right? You see the path right here. It's a journey. And it just takes time. It's like over time you're gonna be placed in situations where you're just not gonna feel good about it, and you're gonna say, I deserve better than this. And then little by little, and then now and then you kind of step up your beliefs of like, no, I deserve more money than my last job. I was doing this and that, and say my boss. This is just an example. I was doing a lot more than my boss. I was coming up with better suggestions. I was, you know, like my value to the corporation or the company that I worked for was higher than how I was being compensated, because you're comparing yourself to the people around you, and then you start to realize, oh, okay, so the next job you start asking for more responsibilities. You think that you're capable, that you deserve more money, and then you go there and then you see like, oh, okay, like I can do more than this. And it's sort of something that I see as like building. And it just takes discipline, and you just have to keep going. That's what discipline is. It's like, it's about continuing to go down the path and not giving up. And so this is all up to you. Some of these lessons, I feel like, you know, you can learn them longer or you can learn them shorter, right? Like once, because this is another thing too, because it's like we tolerate what we think we're deserving of. So it's like, if once you start to get those feelings of I deserve more than this, I mean, it's easy for our minds to kind of talk back to us and say, no, I'll just stick it out, it'll be all right, blah blah blah. But eventually it's like this, the more that your beliefs become stronger, the less you're willing to tolerate given certain situations that you would have tolerated in the past, right? Before this reinvention of yourself, before your self-esteem, your self-worth, and all those things starting to grow and grow and grow. So yeah, this is definitely a path and a journey. So it's not really that it's standing in your way, but it's just sort of like be mindful of what you're willing of how you view yourself. Like, pay attention to what's kind of going on around you and where you fit within that, what you're capable of, and just, have the discipline to keep going, And with this, it's up to you. It's like the lesson, is up to you for how long it takes you to learn it, right? You can, and I feel like you guys are going to get to a point where it's like, okay, you got the lesson and now you're just going to shoot right up. You're like, no, I deserve this. This is my value. I've reinvented myself. I'm deserving of, people to talk to me a certain type of way. They're not going to just talk to me any old type of way. So this encompasses everything, because I'm also getting with, like, because Taurus is also about financial stuff too. It's about material things. So this isn't just about self-worth and it has to do with your relationships. It has to do with your money. It has to do with, like, many different things, and it's all connected. And so this is what I'm seeing as standing in your way, is like your ability to really believe that you are deserving, and it's going to take time, because a lot of these lessons, a lot of these things are, these are like fixed ideas that we have about ourselves, from the past or from whatever situations we may have grown up in, and it can be very scary. I think that's another thing that can be standing in the way is the fear, right? Because with Taurus, I feel like there's a need for consistency, a desire for things to sort of stay as they are. It's a fixed it's a fixed sign, right? So there's that desire to want to settle, or settle in. But it's like, it's up to you to make that change, right? To say, no, this isn't working. There's something better out there for me, and I deserve more of this, and sort of like stand your ground on and just continue on your path and your journey, right? And each time you're reinventing yourself little by little. And so that's what I'm getting with this reading is that's sort of what's standing in your way, but it's not that it's like you standing in your way, but it's not in that negative sense. It's just that this is more of a path and a journey of self-worth, self-esteem, discipline, knowing when to throw in the towel, and it's something that you're getting better and better and better at. And so just know that there's nothing to fear, there's a lot of things that we can hold ourselves back from. It's like our old self sometimes wants to call us back, but yeah, so it's like this discipline, and as you continue to move forward, like, the more you're going to change, the more you're going to transform, the more that you face, certain things with courage, like, like changing jobs, like, letting go of certain relationships, demanding, like, an equal give and take, all those things. So that's what I'm seeing for you guys. So that's your reading, group 3. I hope that you liked it. If you liked it, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe to see more videos like this. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye. Okay, I was about to say 3. Check out group 3 if you feel drawn to it. But group 4, this is your reading. Those of you who picked this blue lace agate and this 3 of coins, this is your reading on what's standing in your way to manifest the change that you desire. So, 3 of coins, right? And we have this 3 with creativity. Okay, I'll start with this first, because first of all, I want to say so many first of all. So first of all, you have abundance 3 times. That literally came up. Abundance, and then abundance in reverse. But I'll start with this magician and this reptilian card, because and the 3 of coins. I'll come out and say this first, is that it's like, I feel like with you guys, what's standing in your way is the company that you keep. I'm getting that with this 3 of coins, and I'm getting with this reptilian card and the survival. I feel like you guys are perhaps surrounded by people who have a very survival mindset. And what I mean by that is that they're very, they don't have an abundance mindset. Maybe it's more of a scarcity mindset. It's like comparing, and it doesn't have to be, this reading, look at this tower. It's like you literally have to be uprooted from the people you're around, right? Like, what's that saying of, like, you are the sum of the 3 or 5 people that you spend the most time with. And I see that as, what's sort of standing in your way to have a more abundant experience and to be more creative, and not just creative, but happy in creating the abundant life that you want, right? Because sometimes being around the wrong people, um, isn't good for you. And what I mean also, I'm not saying that they're bad people, although maybe some of them are. Um, it's more like, here's an example that came to my head. It's like, you know how some people are very fear based. They don't mean to be that way. They're just that way, And if you tell them that you want to do something, they'll come up with all the reasons why it's not good. Like, it's not a good idea, or they're just afraid all the time, and they're not really encouraging. Or if you tell them that you have a dream or a goal or a vision, they'll be the first one to sort of crush it and say that it's unrealistic. It's like that. Or it could be somebody who views, like, say in the workplace, right? Like, or any sort of environment, they're very competitive. They think that there's only so much of the pie that can go around. And instead of being collaborative, instead of being helpful and wanting to see you succeed, it's like they're in competition with you. Or maybe just not in competition with you, but just their mindset is that of like a survival mindset. It isn't like a growth mindset. And so, yeah, so it seems like you have to be uprooted, from these people who think like this, because it's like infringing on, like, because also I just got the message right now with this infinity symbol and this Knight of Wands. It's like you have to have the freedom to follow your desires, follow your intuition, and to be creative and to create the things that you want and to be happy doing it. You don't need, you just don't need certain people around, because they will suck the life out of what it is that you're trying to do, and they just don't see things the same way you do. Move with the flow of abundance around you and through you. Forge wealth and plenty. Yeah, so I'm getting like Predator too. Because I mean, the reptilian card, like I always get like a bad vibe from this card, but I'm not getting it that they're necessarily like predators. But like for what you're trying to accomplish and what you're trying to achieve, it's kind of like it's something that it's gonna come after you and let you know. I just got another example of what I'm trying to say. Like, say you're somebody who, and you get this with people who are trying to change their diet a lot. Like, say now all of a sudden you want to change your diet, you want to go vegan, you want to be healthy, you want to be plant-based, and you're letting people know, and they'll be like, oh, you can't, you should be eating meat, or like you could have been eating the shittiest diet ever, you could have been overweight, having health issues, and they wouldn't have said a word to you, right? But now that you're doing something positive, they have something to say about it, and they'll quickly like be nitpicking and just really discouraging you from doing it or poking at it. And you, in order to have a more abundant experience and to go for things and have that mindset, like, you can't have people like, you got to put a limit to that sort of stuff, right? Because you're trying to like, here I'm getting like march to the beat of your own drum, right? That's what you're being encouraged to do. And I feel like this isn't just friends. I also just got family as well just now, because it's like literally being uprooted. Like, your roots are like your family as well. For some of you guys, it's your family. Those are your roots, your upbringing. Maybe you were in survival mode for such a long time. And so now it's really important for you to move away from, the places, the people, the environments that are very survival based, that are very like stuck in the status quo, that don't really have a growth, and I have to say growth mindset, because I don't know why I'm saying growth, because now I'm thinking of the sun and the tower here. It's just not a growth mindset, or it's just very limiting, it's based on fear. Yeah, I'm just getting that, like, they will keep you, it's like the crabs in a barrel mentality, and sometimes when you're making changes for yourself, it can be difficult. You kind of, you're kind of like on that fence. It's like the new neural pathways they're not strong enough yet, and it's easy for you to go backwards. So it's important to sort of like be working with people or being surrounded by people who have the same goals as you, who see things as plentiful, who are willing to support you and help you and aid you. And so that's what I'm talking about, a growth mindset. They're not there to just try and like hold you back, or not allow you to just like follow your dreams or follow what is your heart's desire to do, right? Because some people, like, if they can just be quiet about it, it would be all right. But it's always better to be around people who like stimulate your creativity, right? Because when I see survival now and creativity, they're very different. Like now I'm thinking of like Maslow's hierarchy of needs. And if you're at the bottom and you're just concerned about certain things, you'll never be able to like self-actualize. And so yeah, so just, just be mindful. Because that's what's coming up for you guys as what's standing in your in the way of what you are desiring to manifest. And it's like, man, like, I'm sorry, but the way that this message is coming out is like, these are predators. Like, these are people who, like, they won't want to see you. Like, I just got for some, it's like, what's that saying of, I don't mind you doing well so long as you're not doing better than me. It's like that sort of thing. It's like they're predatory. Like it's like they're gonna come after you if they see you improving and growing and changing, or transforming or moving forward. Then they'll have stuff to say, and it can definitely put a damper on you. And like you need to be in a positive mindset. Like it's like I said about that Maslow's hierarchy of needs. You need to have certain things met before. Wait, what was my point? Like, okay, I lost my point. But I'm very focused on this reptilian thing. You got to start to view them. This is another message. You got to start to view them as a predator, as a detriment, as something that's going to hold you back, something that you need to be completely removed from, at least for a period of time, in order to like get you to like be able to create what you are trying to create, and to allow you to actually flow. Like this says, move with the flow of abundance around and through you. And you see this wild horse in the background, like, free, and someone like, beating to their drum. It's like moving to the beat of their own drum, and you have to feel free. And you can't have like these sort of like, I'm just getting this old fear-based mentality of like, no, you shouldn't do that, you can't do that, that's not gonna work. It's like so cemented. Like I'm seeing the walls, it's like a dungeon, and it's like the same thing. Like they can go through their life like living the same experience. Like you see here, this is like hallway after hallway after hallway, and they all look exactly the same. It's very like standardized. It's like taking the safe route every single time, not wanting to try something new, not wanting to take any chance, not wanting to take any risk. It could be things like that, right? Being very competitive, not it's just the whole mindset. And so yeah, so this is something that's like a predator, something that's going to come after you, and after your dreams, and it's definitely standing in the way. So yeah, so that's your reading. So that's what's standing in the way of manifesting the change you desire, are the people, the company you keep. And and I just got right now that they're killing your confidence and your ability to manifest, right? So just be mindful of it. And just for some of you guys, it is definitely your family, and it's something that you were very rooted in for a very long time. So maybe it's an old friend group. Yeah, because I'm seeing with the elephants here, these are maybe people that you have very strong emotional bonds with, right? Because I know elephants are very emotional and they have very long memories, or just old people that you have been in your life for a really long time. So just keep an eye out, be mindful of that. And yeah, that's your reading. If you liked it, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe to see more videos. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.